We're back here at 9705 River Oaks Road up in Vineyard, installing our 8.5 kilowatt PV ground mount system. And what I'm doing is shooting a little video on how to lay the rails. This is where we are in the project right now. And as you can see, I have some rails up there. So the first thing you want to do is figure out how to lay out the rails so that you have an equal amount of distance on each side of the lower and upper rail. And in order to figure that out, you have to figure out what the distance is to the middle of each pipe. One of the learning curves here is that an 1.5 inch pipe, Schedule 40, is not actually 1.5 inches. It's 1 3/4 inches. 1.5 inches is actually the inside diameter of the pipe, so consider that. And then what you do is eventually you're going to drill your holes for your T-fittings, and I'll show you that here. And what I figured out is that I needed about 27 inches originally, and I cut the holes here, and you can see from the edge of the pipe, I came back, and I have my Makita with my metal drill bit, and you drill the holes for that U-shaped fitting that goes around the pipe and clamps the rail down with some nuts that you use inside the rail. So a couple lessons here. One is when you're doing the drilling, drill one and then set the rail, and you may find that you may be 1/4 inch off either way. So do one rail, and then if you need to adjust a little bit on the remaining rails, do that. Second thing is you notice on this rail here, they're not even holes, they're bigger. I kind of reamed them out on both sides so that I had a little playroom. That'll help when you're installing it. You won't have to be so perfect, and you won't have to wrestle with the U-clamps. So do that. Another lesson is make sure you do this with gloves. You're cutting through aluminum, and when you're drilling these things, you'll get a lot of shavings, and you're going to have to pick the rails up and move them, and you're going to have to wipe the shavings off. And the shavings are sharp, and they do cut your fingers. Trust me on this one. I learned the hard way. So make sure you use a good pair of gloves. So that's it for now. This is what it's going to look like. We're going to have all the rails up here shortly, and we'll be getting inspection and ready to pour concrete early next week. Thanks.